What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to Small Biz. In today's video, we've got yet two more penny stocks that have taken off, one of which you could buy right now. Why is there a 50% chance that the stock market just bottomed this morning? And is it really true that I just got off the phone with you-know-who? All that and more coming right up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday to you. Certainly feels like one, doesn't it? And before I go any further, how many Seinfeld fans do we have out there? Quite a few, right? 25 years ago, I still watch him on and off, including Frasier, to this day. But if you recall the diner show where George is complaining. By the way, this video is exclusively for Discord members. If you're not in the Discord, you're free to get on with your day. I'll be back tomorrow or the next day to talk to everybody. But if you've seen the Seinfeld show where George is complaining about not having any luck with the ladies, right? He's like, yeah, my whole life is wrong. Everything I do is wrong. And Jerry says to him, and I'm paraphrasing, well, if everything you've done up until now has been wrong, then the opposite must be right. And George has an epiphany. In comes a hot blonde. George works up the courage. He walks over there and he says, hi. My name is George. I'm bald, unemployed, and I live with my parents. And she says, hi, I'm Stephanie. And George goes, right? You know what I'm talking about? Squeaky chair and all. I feel the same way, folks. I'm fucking dead tired. I came into this year after about a week or so of rest, and I'm more exhausted right now than at any time that I've been doing the Discord for the last 5 months. And you know exactly what I'm talking about if you're inside there. We have a 94% win rate going back almost 14 months. We've taken 3 losses in 7.5, call it 8 months. 2 of which start with the letter M, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. And yet half of my day is spent dealing with, yeah, I see it, 20 cents. Didn't I tell you to buy that at 18.5 about an hour ago? Yeah. Oh, it wasn't there. Oh, I didn't get the notification. You would think if you were right 94 fucking % of the time, people would just listen to what I'm saying. If I tell you to watch the short fucking welcome video on the left side menu, you would do it. If I told you not to panic or chase a stock that's outside of the buy zone, you might fucking do it. But no, all day, every day, at least half of my DMs and the comments that I get not only in the Discord, but all over social media is bitching, complaining, whining, moaning, and fucking groaning. Woulda, coulda, shoulda this. How come that? Why didn't this? When are you going to do that? And I'm brave enough, or should I say stupid enough. Wow, 20.5. Yeah, there goes again. Yet another fucking winner. I'm stupid enough to wear my heart on my sleeve. I really don't give a fuck. When you bury both of your parents in the last 4 or 5 years, you realize that life is short. Who gives a fuck if someone's going to be offended by my sense of humor or the fact that I'm going to let my hair down and vent for the next 10 or 15 years? 15 years, yeah, Freudian slip. 15 fucking minutes. I've earned the right to do so. We've got whales inside of the Discord making $100,000 a month. Are you fucking shitting me? And they're paying me 50 or 60 bucks? Word of advice before we get on with the video. Wow, over 20. Do I know how to pick them or what? Huh? Don't ever start a Discord. Don't ever get into the business of herding cats. It's different if it's free, right? Oh, we got 80,000 fucking members. No, you got 80,000 freeloaders that are on 45 other Discords. I want to see you try to get 350 people to pay you 50 or 60 bucks a month and see what it's like. They think they fucking own you. It's going to put me under well before my time. Unless I get it under control. I have a new way of processing the nonsense, the fucking bullshit that I have to deal with every fucking day. Did I just see 21? Got another one too. Actually, 2. We got 5 holdings now. 2 more on the way. You can pick up the other 3 inside of the Ask Jason, another fucking nightmare. You'll notice, what do we got in there? About 20 of those. The one that goes down, and I said be careful with it, it goes down another 20, 30%. Oh, what's going on with this here? It's still Watch the welcome video. It's 10 minutes long on the left-hand side menu. There's something called the buy zone. XYZ limit 19. We had a biotech this morning that I pulled the trigger on. If it says limit 19, it means don't pay over 19. Well, it's 21 right now. Then don't fucking chase it. If you were not in the Discord, like 80% of you never are, you missed it. Because as some of you rightfully pointed out, we now have upwards of $1 million in the game on each idea. And there's a bit of a bum rush to the fucking door when they get the alerts. And I've been super conscious about buying stuff at or near the low of the day to accommodate what I know is going to be $500,000 or more come pouring into the stock. And normally, it's just fucking fine. But as the whales keep making more and more fucking money, and we have 340 some odd people in there, some of which are paying attention, it becomes more challenging. But as was the case with PALI or any other stuff, INBS, RSLS, if you waited a day, a few days, a week, or even a month, it came back down and still worked. In fact, in the case of INBS and RSLS, you got out, many of you, 30% plus higher than I did. So after you watch the fucking video, don't panic. Pay attention to the buy zone. If it says 19 and you put 1902, am I going to freak out over that? No. I'll often sit a fraction of a penny above a limit. And I averaged up in one of the other buys today almost immediately. Why? Because I got a sense it was bottoming. That one's still in the zone. Now it's back over 19. So look, they're both out of the way, but you had 2 hours to accumulate at least one of them. Did I mention I don't give a fuck? Here's to you. Before I forget, I've got a $78,000 tax bill. I dropped that in the Discord on Friday night before I got absolutely obliterated. Even though I sold those 2 stocks that start with M, and I will never speak of either one again. Oh, fuck you too. A lot of people throwing me under the bus. I'm a turncoat because I walked away and I sold one at 280 and the other at 18. Yeah, I'm a turncoat, all right. Racking up fucking $100,000 a month returns for people that are paying me $50 a month. But I have to send the IRS $78,000. And that's not the kind of pocket change I just have laying around. So when I got a little irritated this morning that we're at a 2-month low inside of the Discord because of all the bums, and many of them are fucking bums that took advantage of the 60-day money-back guarantee that ended December the 31st, although I granted some schmuck who'd only been in there for 10 days a fucking refund today. Now you know why. So in the next video or two, you're going to notice a bit of a change. I have thoughts of creating more of a lounge effect. You might notice some of the Red Hot podcasts now, they're sitting in lounge chairs. They got this funky lighting. They're getting fucking stoned or drunk. I won't do that on camera, I don't think, although I did have beer or two from time to time. But I may change the scenery. I don't know if I'll move out of this room or what, but I'm also going to change the topic. I have some ideas on how I can cover the market, our holdings without mentioning names, which I'll cover in a second. And then maybe cover the top headlines of the day in a fun and entertaining sort of way. I don't know what I'm going to do. But when you're making $250 a month on YouTube and you're losing subscribers because you got off the SBA loans and grants a year ago, then you went on to two stocks that start with M. I see another stock that's really close. Oh, well. There's always another train. If you're new, welcome. I don't edit around here. I realize that you might think, wow, he's tired. Wow, he's irritated. Wow, he's down. All the above. When you're working from fucking 4:30 in the morning until 10, 11 o'clock at night, and you know goddamn well that you're undercharging for the service that you provide, and you still have people, despite a 94% win rate, barking up your fucking ass all goddamn day long. Sorry, Lord. It's fucking annoying. Big time. So I want you to feel it, see it, taste it. And if you decide to fucking bail like 2 or 3 people seem to do every other day, there is no more refund. You're fucking welcome for more than 200 winners that I've provided in the last 19 months. Inside of the Discord of the last 5, over 130. In and out. 33.7% average gain. And it's $50 a fucking month. Give me a break. All right. As they drop off, thank you very much for stopping by. The S&P 500, the NASDAQ probably bottom today. For the year, maybe. 50% chance. We got all the way down to 5 on the daily stochastics and did a very sharp turn. We got down to 9 or 10 on the IWM, and that's bouncing hard. We had an orderly, low-volume sell-off over the last week to 10 days, and the market doesn't seem to want to go down any further. And it's in lockstep with the 10-year, which is slightly north or slightly below 4%. So the range, as I said inside of the Discord, in my opinion, is going to be on the low side of about 3.5%. It's right now slightly above 4 to, let's say, 4.25. So if we push up in interest rates to 4.25, we're coming back down. If rates go back down towards 3.5, which is what I think they're going to do as we get into the spring and summer, the market's probably going to melt up even higher. It's not going to be without volatility. It's not going to be without corrections. But now that we got these 0-day options, the VIX is tame. The volatility is tame. The institutions are writing options, contracts, calls, and puts that expire the same day. And because 75 or 80% of the volume is machine or algorithm generated, they know exactly what they need to do to smooth out the volatility. So unless we get some sort of fucking surprise out of left field, if you short the stock and you're betting on the Harry Dent, who's calling for an 86% correction, I got news for you. It ain't happening. Unless there's something that comes way out of left field, some sort of scamdemic, some sort of fucking nuke that goes off, or the aliens actually land like they thought they did in Miami on Friday night. We're not going down much, if any, lower than we were this morning. So take today's lows as a barometer. 50% chance. That's it, at least for now. That being said, you don't chase. You don't rush. I still got almost no stocks in my screen. I love this video. Anyone who suffers through this is meant to be here. I got almost no stocks in my screen. When the market's really ripe to rip, I'll get 15-ish in my screens that look interesting. The last 4 or 5 days, 3 or 4. Pulled the trigger on 2 of them today. So this is either real early in the micro cap penny stock bottom, or we got more work to do going sideways or down in that space. It's not necessarily going to go in lockstep with the S&P or the IWM. These stocks are often news driven. You might notice they go up big time, especially the biotechs, and they can come right back fucking down. You can't make 600-700% on your money like we've done over the last 12 months unless you're fucking doing something that 99% of people are unable or unwilling to do. Well, there goes that one. Fuck. In closing, I just got off the phone with the leader of one of our stocks that starts. Many of you are, it's hands down the biggest source of complaints. This has to be one of the biggest train wreck videos I've ever done. How come they don't name their clients? Well, let me get it through your fucking head because I shared the names of the clients. I believe it was last night or this morning inside of the Discord. Oh, it's coming back down there. Right here, it keeps me sane. He sits right over there. When I start to lose my mind, he looks right at me. I got him pointed right at me. And Charlie and I have a conversation. And I'm convinced there's a real soul in that motherfucker. It reminds me, I did a video upstairs about a year ago in my kitchen, and I showed the audience a Buddha. It's a female Buddha that I'm convinced also gives me ideas. And 2 or 3 people, that's it. I knew he was a wacko. I knew he was into ideologues. I knew he was some sort of, I'm unsubscribing. So yeah, I got a fucking Buddha and a Charlie Brown that I talk to. And they talk to me. Charlie? You'll have to sit right there. In fact, I almost like you there. Closer. The reason why, how come it got up to 21 and it's now 19.7? Should we have sold it? Fuck no. I used to be in the sales outsourcing business. Samsung and HP, as one example, were mortal enemies. We had non-disclosure agreements. We couldn't mention either one of them in the presence of the other. So if you're thinking about the, let's call it the fiber optic business, a Google doesn't want to hear anything about a Verizon. A Verizon may not want to hear anything about fucking Spectrum or Tilson or Maztec or any of the others that are laying fucking fiber all over this country. But I have every reason to believe that we've got a company that's gone from zero to tens of millions of dollars of revenue. There is going to be a phone call in the next 2 or 3 weeks where they're going to take questions from shareholders, some of which they will or won't be able to answer. And they're going to do some sort of a projection based on what they're comfortable they can do. And you're always going to underpromise and overdeliver. So the limit right now is, yep, and it's going to remain that way. And we'll soak up as much fucking shares as they want to sell us. This is now becoming the real deal. Not every fucking stock is going to take off when you want it to. I've had stocks in the past that I fucking bought for years before they took off. And then the street suddenly wakes up and goes, oh, this 50-cent stock belongs at $5. I'm not saying that's the case here. But if they go from zero to, let's call it $25 or $30 million this year, and the press releases have already told you that these deals are 7 to 10 year lockups. And I understand it's either most or all in one or two cases of their dredging business. Trenching, excuse me. But don't go over the limit. And don't put more than 10% into any idea. And until next time, always remember that Charlie Brown and I, we love you. And thanks for watching. Oh, boy. Love you.